Well, Coach, first time at the WPIALs, first time winning it too. What can you say about that?
Unbelievable feeling. I'm not even sure that it's set in 100% yet, but we worked real hard to get to this point, and the hard work that these girls have done and their teammates, from 4 years ago, they've worked in the summertime, they've worked in the fall, they've worked in the wintertime, and it finally pays off for them. I couldn't be more excited for our team.
Kayla, what can you say on this win as a senior and this kind of being your last hurrah?
I had a dream about this since I was very little, and I'm just very excited that we did it.
Coach, can you take us through that fourth quarter? I mean, what kind of switch that, made such a big advantage with 29-29 for the first, and I think it was 23-6 in the fourth.
Sure. I mean, I think Ellie Junker was hurting us in the first half, and we switched up our defense a little bit and tried to take her away. I mean, she's a great player. They have a really good team. They're well coached, and we made a few adjustments there, tried to take her away, and, we moved on offense a little bit to get Kelly the ball a little bit more, and, that seemed to work out for us, not only taking Junker out of the mix, but also, Kelly got a couple good open looks there, and we got back to passing the ball the way we passed the ball and had some open layups down low, and we definitely finished, and definitely a good feeling.
Kylie, there was that one stretch, I think it was the third, it was either the third or the second quarter when you guys were trailing, and then you had 11 of your team's points and 11-3 run. I don't know if you can speak about what kind of clicked for you during that hot hand stretch that you had.
Well, I've worked for this moment. We all had worked for this moment for our whole lives, and I knew we weren't losing this game. We came all this way, and just kind of clicked that we needed to get up and win the game.
Coach, it was a slow start. Do you think that kind of helped though with their kind of up-tempo playing and stuff, or was that a plan coming in?
I don't think it was a plan. I think, in the beginning there, obviously the first time we've ever been here, I think we had to shake off some of the early butterflies there, and we were able to do that. We don't necessarily play up tempo, but we like to press and generate turnovers, and that wasn't working for us early. And I think they had some nerves there too, and obviously a low-scoring first half, but we were able to buckle down at halftime, make some adjustments, and come out in the second half and play a lot better.
Kelly, it felt like for that first half it was a little bit frustrating for you, only 3 points, and then you managed to counter back with 11 points in the second half. What were they doing to make you uncomfortable, and how were you able to get around that?
In the beginning of the game, they were playing a triangle and two, and so when I'm compressed down in the post, I'm getting sometimes double, even triple team down there. I mean, obviously not on purpose, but that's just how it works out. So I kind of pulled the ball out a little bit more. I know Coach made the adjustment to have me bring the ball up the floor, and that helped free me up a little bit, and then eventually got everybody else open. So.
Is that something you guys practice with you running that point forward?
Not really.
So how did you come up with that decision then, Coach?
It's in our back pocket. I wouldn't say we practice it, but it's always an option for us, for sure.
Kelly, you kind of turn it up on defense too. Seemed like you started to get a little more animated.
Yeah,
once you're making the
and usually in the first half, it's always, I know my dad tells me no early fouls, so that first half's all just kind of getting through, maybe not giving up as many points, but I was not going to come out of the game from foul trouble. That hurt them too. And so then in the second half there, I could kind of play around a little bit better and go to block some more shots.
Coach, what can you say about Zoe Lepre coming alive and forward? It seems when she gets going, you all get going.
Yeah, Zoe was unbelievable today. I mean, she gets some open looks when they try to double team Kelly, and Zoe, that's nothing new for us. Zoe finds an open area down there, and she's able to finish, and she did an excellent job tonight finishing around the glass. Zoe plays hard 100% of the time, as they all do. I mean, I know what I'm going to get out of my girls. They're going to give me 100% no matter what the score is, no matter what situation we're in. And, there's a lot of confidence on the bench for me that they're going to get after it, and they're going to get us turnovers, and they're going to finish, and they definitely did that today.
Kylie, shots not falling early on for you, but kept shooting immediately to start the second half. It looked like you were like, I want the ball right now. Let me shoot. What's going through your head as you're getting out there ready for the fourth quarter?
I was feeling hot, just kind of knew this is a big game for us, and we needed to make shots. When Kelly was being pointed, I knew they were going to leave me open on the three, so we just kept shooting and they were going in.
Coach, what can you say about the unselfishness of the team? In the final numbers, but almost every basket in the second half was consistent, 15 total assists in the game.
It's just the way we play basketball. I mean, that's the way we practice. These girls are as unselfish as you can find. They've been like that since they started. These seniors were freshmen when I got the job here, and we take pride in being a team, and every day we go to practice, we talk about playing for the you that's on our shirts and the you that's on the floor. We don't play for individuals or for ourselves. we're out there representing Union and we're representing Lawrence County.
Ellie Junker got on a roll there in the second quarter with a 1-point lead at halftime. What's the talk then at halftime?
The talks that we just have to close out on her. I mean, when you get to this point, you have great players on your team, and she got hot on us, and we made a few adjustments there at halftime. We just needed to calm down, close out, and get back to our game. We did a few things there that I think we could have done better on closeouts. I think she popped open a couple times because we had a few miscues on defense. But again, I mean, credit to her. She knocked the shots down when she was open for sure. But we were able to regroup at halftime, adjust a little bit, change defenses on her, and I think that obviously worked out in our favor.
Coach, now you mentioned that the seniors were freshmen whenever you took over. This being your first WPIAL title too, is it a little bit special knowing that this is really the first class that you've developed, and then you've also won a title with this class?
I mean, it couldn't be any more special moment. I mean, these kids work hard, and again, it's not about me, it's about them. I mean, they've worked for 4 years. Union being a small school, I mean, these girls, they work in volleyball, they work in basketball. When we're working in the summer, they're working 3 sports, not just 1 sport. I have multiple girls going in and performing in a musical tonight at 7 o'clock. Zoe LeBrie and Kayla Freestorfer. So, the small, tight-knit community there, I mean, they buy into doing the work that's necessary to be successful. And, I couldn't be more excited for them. And it's an unbelievable feeling for us. Again, yeah, is it special because they were our first group coming through? Yeah, it definitely is. And, all the credit to them. They're the ones that are going out there and playing hard and helping us get victories for sure.
Yeah, are you and Zoe allowed to wear medals out on the stage today?
Hopefully.
Okay, what was the biggest difference from 3 years ago, as sophomores starting in the playoffs versus right now? What's the biggest change that you've seen that's gotten you guys through success?
I think our culture changed because in 10th grade we started to start winning more, and then 11th grade we went on that 17-0 run. So then I feel like now we just know that we have like a winning culture.
How does it feel to add yet another championship to Union? I mean, we talk about the boys team, 5 championship game appearances in the last 6 between baseball, basketball, and football, and of course, a few of you guys play on the softball team that just recently knocked off West Green. Just how did that championship, like seeing these championships, sometimes being in heat and being in these tough moments, just made, for example, those 29-29 going into the 4th, just feel, okay, we can do this?
Yeah, I think, the success in the other sports is definitely a big part of it. It's a great time to be a Union Scotty fan right now, for sure. I mean, it's a testament to our kids. Like I said, they do so many different things. We share athletes at Union on the boys' side and the girls' side, and they're bought in. We kind of changed things around this year and had an all-athlete summertime where they all came and worked out together no matter what sport they were in, and I think that's starting to pay off. And there's a buy-in there, and these kids are proud to be from Union, as I am, and they're willing to pay the price and work in the off-season so that we get results during the season for sure.
And I know for me, it's always the boys are always looking at us and saying, well, you guys don't have rings yet. So.
Yeah, no, we got it.
I'll lay down up on this year on the court.
They can't use that one anymore. So.
I mean, Rob, now with your family, of course, with your nieces winning the WPIAL championship last year, I guess you're gonna have a lot of fun times at the dinner table.
Absolutely. I finally get some talking moments myself now. I was never able to win one when I played, and what a special moment again. Credit to them for what they've done in Neshannock, and again, I couldn't be more proud of these kids. I mean, from top to bottom, like I said, I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. These kids come to practice every day and they want to work. They want to get better. They want to win, and they're willing to put the time and the work in to do that, and it's special for sure.
Coach, real quick, talk about the other 2 seniors, Elise, who didn't play all year, Kendall, whose numbers or minutes were limited today, but what they meant to this team.
Sure, Kendall Pruse is a huge part of our team. I mean, I've said in interviews in the past, Kendall might not show up on the score sheet, but when you watch a game, you're going to find Kendall Pruse. Kendall Pruse is going to box out. Kendall Pruse is going to do the little things that we ask her to do. Kendall got in there towards the end, and her responsibility was to go guard Junker. And Kendall's been a huge part of our team this year. Again, kind of an unsung hero, doing the little things that you don't notice, but when you go back and watch the film, you're like, man, she had a great game. And she helps us every night when we win. Kendall Pruse is doing something to help us win. Elise Booker, had her for 3 years. Unfortunate injury, the first scrimmage of the year. kind of changed our plans a little bit with what we were going to do. And, you know, it was a big loss for us, but I think the girls rallied around that. Elise has been a part of our team the entire year. And, you know, I'm going to be sad to see these seniors go. I mean, this is a special group, no matter what they're doing, whether it's softball, volleyball, basketball, or musical. These are talented kids, and they're, like I said, they're willing to pay the price and get after it to win.
So who's in the musical again tonight?
I am.
Kayla's in the musical, and Zoe Lepree's in the musical, both with huge roles, the Addams Family.
Are you nervous at all for the musical tonight, or did this win kind of get rid of those nerves?
Well, yesterday was the first night, so I was more nervous, but today I'm not.
The show last night was tremendous.
Nerve-wracking being on the stage last night for the first time, or being here on the peak floor.
I think yesterday was a little bit more nervous because I feel like we already played them, so like I knew their game a little.
And what role? I'm sorry, what role?
I played Pugsley.
Pugsley.
Zoe's Morticia, right?
Zoe's Morticia, yes.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.